Most men believe that losing those firm, dependable morning erections is just an unavoidable part of getting older. They shrug it off, accept it, and quietly adapt to life without them. But here's the thing most doctors never tell you. That change isn't written in stone. The fading of morning strength isn't a sentence, it's a signal. And it's one you can answer, no matter your age. The truth is, your body hasn't lost the ability. All the wiring is still in place, all the blood vessels still work, and the signals still exist. They've just gone quiet. What I'm going to share with you today will show you exactly how to wake them back up. No medications, no expensive devices, no awkward situations. I'm Dr. Sophia Jain. And for more than 2 decades, I've been helping men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond rediscover circulation, vitality, and confidence they thought had disappeared forever. What I'll teach you today takes no appointments, no special equipment, just your own hands, a few minutes of focused breathing, and the willingness to reconnect with a part of yourself you may have been ignoring. There are 3 unique points on your body that directly influence blood flow, nerve response, and arousal. They've been mapped in traditional medicine for centuries, and science now confirms their role. Most men stimulate them the wrong way or never at all, which is why their results fade or never show up. When you learn to activate them correctly, with awareness instead of force, the change can be remarkable. We'll walk through all 3 points today, and I'll also give you 5 simple daily habits that can amplify their effects. These aren't complicated workouts or strict diets. They're subtle adjustments that improve your circulation and help your body remember how to respond. And if you follow through, you may notice not just stronger erections, but better sleep, more energy, and a deeper sense of presence in your own body. The first thing I want you to understand, and I wish every man over 60 could hear this, is that your body isn't broken. It hasn't given up. It's simply in a resting state. That natural morning fullness you used to wake up with hasn't vanished forever. It's just been dormant, waiting for the right nudge to return. I've met hundreds of men who walk into my office convinced something inside them is permanently damaged. They speak in hushed tones, embarrassed, telling me they wake up now and feel nothing. They expect me to deliver bad news, but instead, I smile and say, your body's still capable. It's just waiting for you to send the right signals again. That's the shift we'll make today. Think of it like a room in your house with the lights off. The wiring is still there. The electricity is still flowing, but if no one flips the switch, the room stays dark. The 3 points I'll teach you are like those light switches. Flip them and your body responds, not with strain or force, but with natural, healthy function. Let's start with the first. This one is above your pubic bone, a small, often ignored area that acts like a command center for your sexual energy. It's not somewhere most men think to touch with intention. But when you stimulate it properly, the muscles around relax, the blood vessels open, and the nerves in the region start sending signals again. One of my patients, a 69-year-old retired teacher named Carl, told me he hadn't felt much sensation in years. He thought it was simply age catching up with him. I guided him to this point, taught him to place his fingertips there while taking slow, deep breaths. At first, he said it felt pointless, but within a week, he noticed warmth spreading through his lower abdomen, and a few mornings later, he woke up with something he thought was gone for good. Here's how you find it. Lie back comfortably, bend your knees slightly, and place your hand just above your pubic bone. You'll feel a flat, firm area where muscle meets tissue. Using 2 or 3 fingers, apply gentle pressure in a small circular motion, breathing deeply into your belly. Don't force it, you're inviting your body to respond, not demanding it. Do this for about 2 minutes, then rest. Now, as powerful as the first point is, it's only part of the equation. The second point is one that almost no man talks about, not in locker rooms, not in the doctor's office, not even with close friends. It's found in the space between your scrotum and your anus, a spot Eastern medicine calls CV1 and Western medicine rarely mentions at all.
This small strip of tissue is far more than it appears. Think of it like a valve that controls the flow of blood and nerve energy to your entire pelvic region. When it's tense, and for most men past 60, it restricts circulation without you even realizing it. I'll tell you about Martin, a 72-year-old former firefighter. For over a decade, he'd felt almost no response down there. It's like the wires got cut, he told me. I showed him how to gently activate this point, not by pressing hard, but by sitting on a rolled-up towel so it rested directly beneath the area. The key was stillness, just sitting, breathing, and allowing the tissues to soften. Within days, Martin noticed a faint pulsing sensation. A week later, he felt a warmth that he hadn't experienced in years. That warmth was blood returning to the region, nerves reawakening, and his brain reconnecting with parts of his body it had been ignoring. To try this yourself, find a comfortable place to sit. Place a small rolled towel or softball under that space between your scrotum and your anus. Keep your spine straight, shoulders relaxed, and breathe deeply into your belly. Stay here for 2 to 3 minutes, letting your weight naturally apply pressure. You may feel strange at first, but remember, this isn't about force. It's about sending a calm, consistent signal to your body that it's safe to open up again. Now, let's move to the third point. This one surprises most men because it isn't on the groin at all. It's along your inner thigh. Specifically, the crease where your thigh meets your torso. In Eastern medicine, this area is part of the spleen meridian. In Western anatomy, it's home to the femoral artery and nerve, two major highways for blood and signals traveling to your lower organs. When these pathways get stiff, weak, or underused, it's like a city road blocked with debris. Nothing gets through easily. Even if your heart is pumping well, the delivery slows down. Take Alan, a 68-year-old truck driver who spent decades sitting for long stretches. He came to me convinced his best days were behind him. I showed him how to find and trace this inner thigh line with gentle pressure. He discovered tight sore spots he didn't even know existed. Within 2 weeks of daily practice, he told me, "It's not just my mornings that are stronger. My legs feel more alive too." To try this, lie back with your knees bent. Using your fingertips, trace from the crease at your inner thigh down toward your knee, staying along the soft inside muscle. When you find a tender or tight spot, pause there, breathe into it, and press lightly for about 10 seconds before moving on. Do this for each leg. Over time, you'll feel more warmth and responsiveness, not just in your thighs, but in the parts of your body those arteries and nerves feed. Now, these 3 points, above the pubic bone, the perineum, and the inner thigh, are your foundation. But just like unlocking a door, you need to keep the hinges oiled if you want it to open smoothly every time. That's where daily habits come in. I'm not talking about running marathons or changing your entire diet overnight. I'm talking about small, repeatable actions that keep your blood moving, your nerves alert, and your tissues nourished. The first habit is deep nasal breathing. Most men breathe shallowly, using only their chest. This keeps your nervous system in a mild state of tension, which constricts blood vessels. But when you breathe slowly through your nose, filling your belly, you trigger the release of nitric oxide, a natural compound that widens your blood vessels. This lowers your blood pressure, improves circulation, and supports healthy erectile function. 5 minutes a day is all it takes to start seeing changes. The second habit is hydration, but with a twist. Drink a glass of warm water first thing in the morning before anything else. Overnight, your body loses water through breathing and perspiration. Your blood becomes slightly thicker, making circulation more sluggish. Warm water helps thin it out gently, waking up your digestive and circulatory systems at the same time. The third habit is reducing evening sugar. I'm not asking you to cut out every dessert, but recognize that high sugar intake inflames your arteries, making them less flexible. That stiffness means weaker blood flow where you want it most. Even cutting back by half in the evenings can make a noticeable difference in a matter of weeks. The fourth habit is gentle movement after dinner. A short walk of just 10 minutes activates what's called the venous pump in your calves, the natural mechanism that helps push blood back to your heart and keep it circulating evenly. And finally, the fifth habit, touch with intention. The way you perform these 3-point activations matters. If you rush, your nervous system reads stress and resists opening up. If you slow down, breathe, and approach it with care, your body responds far more deeply. I've seen men who thought they were too far gone bring back not only their erections, but also their sense of ownership over their bodies. And in the next part, I'll share some of their stories. Real men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who took these methods seriously and saw changes they thought were impossible. You'll see how this isn't just about performance. It's about self-respect, energy, and connection.
When men first hear about these 3 points and the daily habits that go with them, most react the same way. Curious, but skeptical. I understand. If you've gone years without much sensation or morning strength, it's hard to believe that gentle touch, breathing, and small daily changes could make a difference. That's why I want to share a few real stories with you. One of my patients, Harold, was a 74-year-old retired postal worker. He'd spent years feeling like his body had quietly disconnected from him. "It's not about sex," he told me in our first meeting. "I just want to feel like I still matter." I guided him through the 3-point practice and the 5 habits. He approached it with patience, never rushing. After about 3 weeks, something shifted. He woke one morning with a natural fullness he hadn't experienced in over a decade. He said it wasn't just the physical change, it was the rush of knowing his body could still answer him when he called. Then there's Leonard, 69, a retired pastor. He told me, "I didn't even realize how much I missed feeling alive in my own skin." For him, the breakthrough came not just from the return of erections, but from how he carried himself afterward. He stood taller, walked more confidently, and even noticed his wife holding his hand more often. That's the hidden power of this method. It's not only about circulation. It's about identity, about reconnecting to the parts of yourself you may have set aside. I also think of Walter, a former carpenter in his late 70s. He had severe doubts that anything natural could help, but he promised to give the techniques an honest try for 30 days. By week 2, he had already noticed deeper sleep and more warmth in his lower body. By week 4, he told me, "Sophia, I feel like I woke up from a 10-year nap." These men weren't chasing youth. They were reclaiming vitality. They weren't trying to be who they were at 25. They were discovering what was still possible at 65, 75, even 85. And in each case, the change didn't come from a magic pill or overnight miracle. It came from daily commitment, a few minutes at a time, to reconnecting with their own bodies. Now, here's the most important thing I want you to remember. Real, lasting change doesn't come from doing something once. It comes from showing up every single day with intention. If you treat this like a chore, you'll resist it. But if you treat it as a ritual, something meaningful, almost sacred, your body will respond in ways that surprise you. Make this part of your morning or evening routine. Activate the 3 points slowly. The command center above your pubic bone, the valve at your perineum, and the circulation path along your inner thighs. Pair them with deep breathing, hydration, less evening sugar, light movement, and mindful touch. Over time, these aren't just exercises. They become a language you speak with your body. You'll start to notice more than just stronger erections. Your sleep may deepen, your mornings may feel calmer, your legs and hips more energized, and perhaps most importantly, you'll rebuild that quiet confidence, the sense that you're still connected to your own strength. So, as you sit or stand here right now, I want you to think about this. Your body has been listening to you your entire life. Even when you thought it had gone silent, it was waiting. Waiting for a signal, waiting for attention, waiting for care. And now you have the tools to send that signal. Don't wait for a perfect moment. Start today. Just a few minutes of breathing, touch, and presence. Tell your body, "I'm still here. I haven't given up on you." Because the truth is, your prime isn't in the past. It's in your ability to engage fully in the present. I've seen men light up with hope again, not because they turned the clock, but because they realized they never truly lost what mattered. And I believe, with consistency, you'll discover the same. This isn't just about mornings. It's about how you carry yourself through the rest of your life, with self-respect, with vitality, and with the knowledge that you are still capable, still connected, and very much alive. So take the 3 points, take the 5 habits, and make them yours. In time, you won't just be reactivating your body, you'll be reactivating yourself.